A rim for 400 euro USD? Where's the catch? Find out right here, right now. Greetings Romy, you're watching RomRom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing. Today, we're once again reviewing a sim racing product that could interest you. Thanks to all those who come here often, especially those who subscribe, and even more, our patrons. My name is Sarta and I will be your host for this video. Acelith, who impressed us at the Sim Racing Expo with aftermarket solutions as well as their own designs, see the link up there, were kind enough to send us their GT Phenom ring for testing. There is also a version with a display called the GT Phenom Pro, by the way, but today we're going to concentrate on the version without a display. The GT Phenom is made of CNC'd aluminium with polyurethane handles and carbon shifter paddles, has 10 buttons, 3 rotaries and a funky switch. It also has 33 LEDs, all customizable via SimHub to any color, brightness and pattern you want to have. While we tested the version with 2 shifter paddles, there's a version that includes a clutch shifter that costs a bit more, of course. At 850 grams, it's extremely light. This and the size of 29.5 in diameter make it very easy to use. As Ike always says, and I of course concur, low weight on the rim is better as the base uses less energy in moving the rim around. It should also help in transmitting the force feedback better. We'll come back to this later. Acelith deliver the rim with 112 stickers you can put on the buttons, which should give you plenty of options to organize the rim however you like. Also included are bolts to add the rim to any QR you may want, a lot of Allen keys which will increase my collection, and a coiled cable that connects the Phenom with a USB. Acelith recommend you use a USB connection with power so you can use the LEDs, as the Phenom has no own power source. With regards to the QR, as the Phenom holes are based on the standard 70mm hole pattern, it should be quite easy to add any QR you want to it. We tested it with 2 QRs, one of them the SimuCube standard QR, and had no issues at all. One thing that I was not expecting is that the Phenom only uses 3 holes and therefore 3 points for fixing the rim to the QR, which made me a little bit wary and a bit fearful it would not resist the forces of my DD bases, but luckily my fears were completely unfounded. The rim does not budge one bit and sat perfectly strong and unmovable on the QRs. While we got a completely basic Phenom, be aware that on Acelith's side you can personalize the central panel of the rim for free. Of course, it then takes a bit longer to get your rim the way you want it, as Acelith have to add the colors to your very own personal rim. As I said, you can integrate the Phenom with most QRs in the market, as the 70mm hole pattern is de facto standard and used by most companies, if not all, delivering wheelbases. The wheel was recognized by Windows immediately with no hiccups as soon as we connected the cable to USB, and was directly usable as controller. To use the LED lights, you'll have to use SimHub, as Acelith have moved any logic to that software. The Phenom was recognized by SimHub without problems, and we could add it with no problems as our main controller. There's 4 predefined setups, and of course you can set your own, choosing colors, patterns, brightness, logic and a ton of other stuff. If you like what you see, how about supporting us? A like and a comment to tell the almighty algorithm we are worth watching are a good start. Subscribing is even better, and what really helps us grow is you becoming a patron, as YouTube's income is tiny for us sim racing channels. Patrons get access to exclusive content and are involved in our decision. Help us grow with your support, help us keep spreading the joy of sim racing. Become a patron today. One thing that was annoying was the coiled cable, which kept getting in the way of my driving. Not catastrophically, but still noticeably. I had to get creative to not have it in the way, but it may be very much my setup, as the cable is similar in placement and design as any other on the market. While the shifters don't have a clear and loud click like others, the magnets are strong enough that I could drive with no problems and no misshifts. The buttons don't have the clear click feel of other buttons, but here again, I had no missed clicks. The rotaries, on the other hand, feel very good and the turns are noticeable even with gloves. I didn't like the feeling of the polyurethane handles, but that is for one pretty subjective and otherwise doesn't matter if you use gloves as I normally do. The shifter paddles have a rough edge which is not abrasive and makes sure your fingers don't slip on a shift. Nice detail I like a lot. At the end of the day, the rim feels stable in any condition, does not creak, does not budge, it's rock steady and easy to move around and control even in difficult situations. And the force feedback is great and well transmitted, which as we know is worth a lot. While this rim at €409 plus shipping and taxes costs more than the myriad of Chinese products you'll find on the market, compared to other wheels of similar quality, it delivers great feeling and great driving. Sure, it's not of the high engineering quality the Ashers or the GSIs offer at double the price, but I'd say the overall quality of the Phenom is good, with Acelith cutting corners wherever it did not diminish the end goal of letting you race without any problems. For this price and adding to it you can personalize the rim, you'll get a great stable rim with good feeling. It's not a cheap product in the sense that it's of low quality, it's less expensive because where other companies go for the highest possible quality, Acelith went with good enough as long as the materials got the job done. I did enjoy using the Phenom a lot, it did an extremely solid job on my bases and once I found a good way to handle the cable, not even that was a problem. If you can accept that it's not the level of extreme engineering quality you get for rims double the price, you'll find it's a very good rim that can be used every day and delivers great racing and great force feedback, which at the end of the day is what we all want, innit?